An old building has various challenges to it. The first thing is you don't know everything about it. You also have codes that you've got to comply with because it's grade 1 listed. When it comes to actually heating the place, we've been looking to make sure we do it in such a way where the congregation wants to attend because it's nice and warm, but we don't do anything which desecrates the look of the building. We have cast down grids through which warm air comes in. The problem has been that warm air comes in and then sits at the top of the roof because, of course, hot air rises. So a big challenge has been how can we get that heat down to create comfort conditions for the people in the church. Well, I contacted a number of suppliers, but what came over quite quickly was the nature of the kit that Airius have is clearly most suitable for this installation. Airius have this supreme advantage. They've done a lot of it and they've been doing it for a very long time. The fan units are a particular shape. It's like a pear inverted. What that means is that you entrain air and you can get a downward projection for the heat in a very efficacious way. This is a classic timber roof construction you'll find in many churches where you have a lattice of timbers, and we need to fit the fan unit within that lattice because we don't want to see it. It uses less energy than a light bulb. It's also very important that you can't hear the fans. So it was a blend of all these requirements which made us choose the solution of Airius. We wanted to make sure that we had a single solution, and Airius were fantastic. They came in, did the work. It went in a remarkably quick time. You'd have to be quite smart to see where these things are and the cabling and all of that. And so it was a trouble-free installation. The church is now more comfortable. It makes a much more pleasing environment. It also means when people walk into the church, they feel a waft of warm air, which is much, much more welcoming. For the fuel that we use, we get a much, much better result. When we first installed it and we were first running it, the vicar actually said at one moment, "Can you please turn it off? It's far too hot." So at that point we knew we had a success on our hands. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer because you're taking the heat that you've spent a lot of money warming up, right, from where it's not needed to where it is needed. I suppose the bats aren't quite as warm as they used to be, but apart from that, there's winners all around. So when Airius put the fans in, they very kindly also installed a thermocouple right up in the top of the roof where the fans are. And that's what we're looking at here. So we have a data recorder here, and it has, we just want 3 values. One is the apex of the roof, which you can see is 19.6 here, right? Another is the temperature at the shoulder level where we are, right, 19.3. And one is outside, 18.5. Of course, we're in the summer months now, and so the temperatures they are. But if it was in the winter and the heating was running, you'd see somewhere around about 24, 25 degrees up in the roof. And before the fans come on, you'd see like 15 degrees, 14 degrees, sometimes lower at shoulder height. And then outside probably about 3 or 4 degrees on a cold day. Once the fan comes on, then you'll notice that the apex temperature comes down and the shoulder temperature comes up, and that's the comfort conditions. So we know that it works, we have the data, and that was a great reassurance, and the people who didn't quite understand how it works have been reassured because they can actually see the numbers for themselves, and that's been a great thing.